Welcome back to Peptides Today, the podcast tracking breakthrough science. If you're not staying ahead of the latest developments in peptide research, you risk missing crucial insights that could shape your next big discovery. Today, we're diving into a rapidly expanding area, oral peptide delivery. Specifically, the emergence of compounds lacking established scientific validation and what this means for the integrity of research. It's a critical discussion for anyone invested in rigorous scientific inquiry. Novel oral peptide compounds are attracting significant research interest for various applications. Innovations like dissolving peptide strips highlight ongoing efforts in drug delivery technology. Yet, these innovations raise crucial scientific and ethical questions for researchers to address. Unregulated oral peptides are compounds lacking comprehensive research validation pathways. They differ significantly from peptides undergoing established rigorous research protocols. Distinguishing investigational compounds from validated research tools is absolutely critical. Peptides are inherently fragile molecules, making their oral administration challenging for study. Digestive enzymes quickly degrade peptides within the gastrointestinal tract during experiments. Absorption of intact peptides across the intestinal lining remains very limited. Achieving a consistent, biologically meaningful oral dose is scientifically uncertain. Most extensively studied peptides utilize injection for reliable systemic research exposure. Oral peptide delivery continues as an active yet complex pharmaceutical research area. Documented success for generalized oral peptide delivery methods is quite limited. Without peer-reviewed absorption or stability data, convenience isn't a scientific advantage. Claims about oral efficacy require robust, independently validated experimental evidence. We must scrutinize the gap between proposed utility and documented efficacy. The scientific community rigorously demands empirical evidence for novel compound presentations. That overview of general oral delivery challenges sets the stage. Now let's zoom in on some specific peptide compounds, exploring their known research characteristics versus how they're being presented in less rigorously studied forms. If you find these deep dives valuable, remember to follow me, Sonia Rao, for more specialized analyses, and subscribe to Peptides Today for all your essential peptide science news. Let's delve into the data. Now let's explore specific peptide compounds and their data gaps in oral forms. Thymosin alpha-1 is known for modulating immune system pathways in specific research contexts. Its traditional research use involves controlled dosing and defined experimental settings. Oral forms lack data on producing meaningful, safe, and consistent immune effects. PT-141, bremelanotide, is well characterized for central nervous system melanocortin receptor agonism. Extensive trials established its precise action pathways and dosage requirements for study. Unvalidated oral forms raise significant scientific questions about bioavailability and safety. CJC 1295 is investigational for stimulating pituitary growth hormone release in studies. Its long-term systemic impact requires careful, extensive research supervision. Oral strip formats introduce uncertainty. No validated data supports consistent absorption. GHKCU has credible evidence supporting topical use in tissue repair research. Translating these localized topical effects to systemic oral benefits lacks scientific basis. Without controlled trials, systemic claims remain unsupported by empirical evidence. BPC 157 shows promise in animal models for tissue healing and protection. Robust human research data for BPC 157 in any form is largely absent. The gap between preclinical promise and widespread oral promotion is significant. Ultimately, rigorous scientific investigation pathways are essential for all biologically active compounds. As we've explored, critical scientific evaluation is paramount in peptide research. The future is promising, but it hinges on robust data and transparent methodologies. Stay informed by following me, Sonia Rao, and subscribing to Peptides Today. Before we sign off, a quick legal disclaimer. This podcast is for informational purposes only and is not medical advice. All compounds discussed are for research use only and not for human consumption. Always consult a licensed healthcare provider for medical needs and treatment.